For decades, we've been told that fish is the ultimate healthy food. Great for the heart, good for the brain, perfect for your joints. Doctors praised it, supermarkets stamped heart-healthy labels on it, and the seafood industry made billions from that promise. But what if that promise was a lie? What if some of those same fishes, the ones you've trusted for years, are quietly poisoning your body from the inside out? This isn't fear-mongering, it's science. Because shocking research now shows that certain popular fish are loaded with mercury, industrial toxins, and inflammatory oils that can accelerate aging, worsen arthritis, and even cloud your memory. If you're over 60, your body can't clear these toxins as efficiently as it once did. So the damage adds up silently, day after day, bite after bite. You start noticing small signs. Your hands tremble when you hold a glass. Your knees ache more after climbing the stairs. You forget what you were just saying mid-sentence, and you tell yourself it's just aging. But it's not. Today on Age Well Daily, we're exposing the 4 worst fishes you should never touch after 60. And later, we'll reveal the 4 healthiest fish that can actually reverse the damage, all backed by scientific research. So grab a pen, because by the end of this video, your grocery list may look completely different. Let's start with number 4 on our danger list.
Number 4. Farmed tilapia. Tilapia, the so-called budget-friendly health fish. It's cheap, mild in flavor, and sold everywhere. But there's one thing they don't tell you. Most tilapia isn't raised in clean waters. Nearly all the tilapia in US and European supermarkets come from overcrowded industrial fish farms, especially in China and parts of Southeast Asia. In these cramped ponds, farmers use antibiotics, pesticides, and chemicals just to keep the fish alive long enough to sell. When you eat that tilapia, you're not just eating fish, you're also consuming the residue of those same chemicals. A study in Environmental Health Perspectives found that farmed tilapia contained up to 27 times more pollutants, like dioxins, compared to wild-caught fish. These dioxins are toxic compounds that build up in your body's fat tissue and have been linked to immune problems, hormonal imbalance, and even cancer. And here's the kicker. Nutritionally, farmed tilapia is upside down. Instead of being rich in omega-3 fatty acids that reduce inflammation, it's loaded with omega-6 fatty acids, which do the opposite. One analysis from Wake Forest University found tilapia has 11 times more omega-6 than omega-3, creating an imbalance that triggers inflammation across your body. That's right. Eating tilapia can be worse for your heart than eating bacon. Imagine that, thinking you're eating clean, but you're actually fueling the same inflammation that stiffens your joints and raises your blood pressure. If you like white fish, go for wild-caught cod or haddock instead. They're lean, low in toxins, and support muscle health without the inflammatory baggage.
Number 3. King mackerel. Next up, king mackerel, one of the most deceptive fish on the market. You'll often hear mackerel is great for your brain. But not all mackerel are created equal. The smaller kinds, like Atlantic or Pacific mackerel, are fine. But king mackerel, that one's a silent killer. Why? Because it's loaded with mercury, one of the most toxic metals on Earth. Mercury doesn't just sit in your stomach. It travels into your bloodstream and crosses into your brain, where it begins to destroy neurons, the nerve cells responsible for memory and focus. Studies show that seniors with higher mercury levels score significantly lower on cognitive tests and have a 24% higher risk of mild cognitive impairment, the early stage of dementia. The FDA found that king mackerel contains 0.73 parts per million of mercury, nearly double the safe limit for older adults. That means one serving of king mackerel could expose you to an entire week's worth of mercury in a single meal. And if you eat it regularly, that mercury builds up, slowly clouding your memory, dulling your reflexes, and even causing tremors that mimic Parkinson's disease. The safest alternative? Choose Atlantic mackerel, sardines, or anchovies. Smaller, short-lived fish that don't accumulate mercury. They give you the omega-3s you need, without the brain-damaging metals you definitely don't. Number 2. Farmed salmon. Now this one hurts, because salmon is often called the healthiest fish in the world. But not all salmon is created equal. More than 70% of salmon sold globally is farmed, not wild. And farmed salmon is not the same animal you think it is. Wild salmon feed naturally on plankton and krill, sources rich in pure omega-3s. But farmed salmon are trapped in crowded pens and fed processed pellets made of soy, corn, and even animal byproducts. This diet changes everything, including the fat in their flesh. Instead of omega-3, farmed salmon becomes filled with omega-6 fatty acids, the same inflammatory oils you find in junk food. Worse yet, farmed salmon carries industrial toxins called PCBs, chemicals banned in the U.S. since the 1970s for causing cancer and liver damage. A global study found that eating farmed salmon more than once a month could exceed the World Health Organization's safety limits for these toxins. And remember, seniors have slower detox systems. That means these poisons stay in your body far longer, quietly stressing your heart, liver, and immune system. Even worse, the pink color of farmed salmon isn't natural. Farmers dye the flesh with synthetic pigments to make it look like wild salmon. So what can you do? Buy only wild-caught Alaskan or sockeye salmon. Those are natural, toxin-free, and packed with the real omega-3 oils that support memory and joint health. If it doesn't say wild-caught, assume it's farmed and skip it.
Number 1. Swordfish. Finally, the worst of the worst, swordfish. It looks elegant, thick steaks, grilled to perfection, packed with protein. But beneath that glossy surface hides one of the most contaminated fish in the ocean. Swordfish sit high on the food chain, meaning they eat hundreds of smaller fish throughout their lives. That makes them mercury magnets, absorbing and storing huge amounts of the toxin in their tissues. Tests by the FDA show swordfish contains nearly 1 part per million of mercury, the highest of any commonly eaten fish. That's 10 times more than salmon. One serving can exceed an older adult's entire weekly safety limit for mercury, and once it's in your body, there's no easy way out. Mercury attaches to brain and kidney cells, slowly interfering with memory, balance, and heart rhythm. In one clinical report, seniors who regularly ate swordfish developed heart arrhythmias and neurological symptoms that improved only after cutting it out completely. Cooking doesn't help. You can't fry it out or boil it away. The mercury stays no matter how you prepare it. The only safe approach? Avoid swordfish completely. If you love meaty fish, replace it with wild salmon, trout, or sardines, all of which are rich in clean protein and safe omega-3s without the toxic metals.
Not all fish are bad. In fact, certain fish are so nutrient-rich they can help rebuild the very systems age tries to destroy. They fuel your heart, strengthen your brain, and help your muscles recover overnight, without relying on expensive supplements or synthetic pills. These are the 4 best fishes seniors should eat regularly after 60, ranked from great to life-changing. Let's dive in, starting with number 4. Number 4. Sardines, the small fish with big benefits. If you've ever ignored sardines on the supermarket shelf, you're not alone. They're small, oily, and let's be honest, not the most glamorous fish. But when it comes to nutrition, sardines are giants in disguise. One small serving of sardines gives you nearly 2 grams of pure omega-3 fatty acids, the same healthy fats that keep your arteries clear and your joints flexible. What makes sardines even more powerful for seniors is that they are low on the food chain. Unlike big fish such as tuna or swordfish, sardines feed on plankton, not other fish. That means they don't accumulate mercury or industrial toxins, so you get all the brain-boosting omega-3s without the poison that comes with larger species. But that's just the beginning. Sardines are packed with vitamin D, calcium, and phosphorus, a perfect trio for bone strength. If you're over 60, you're already losing bone density every year, making fractures more likely. Sardines help replenish that loss naturally. A single can of sardines with bones provides up to 35% of your daily calcium, something few other fish can match. And let's not forget about coenzyme Q10, or CoQ10, an antioxidant that keeps your heart muscle strong and helps your cells produce energy efficiently. That's why cardiologists often say sardines are one of the best heart repair foods you can eat. Idea alert: choose sardines packed in olive oil or water, not soybean oil. And don't overcook them. Eat them lightly grilled, on toast, or mixed in salads. If there's one superfood fish for the over 60 crowd that's both affordable and easy to digest, it's sardines.
Number 3. Wild Alaskan salmon, nature's anti-aging fish. We talked earlier about the dangers of farmed salmon, but wild Alaskan salmon is an entirely different story. This fish is truly the gold standard of omega-3 nutrition, and its effects on aging are remarkable. Wild salmon is rich in EPA and DHA, two types of omega-3s your brain and nervous system rely on to stay sharp. In one study published in Neurology, seniors who ate salmon twice a week had up to 47% slower rates of cognitive decline compared to those who rarely ate fish. It's not just about the brain, though. Those same omega-3s lower inflammation, reducing pain in your knees, shoulders, and back, something every older adult can appreciate. But here's where salmon really stands out. It contains a natural pigment called astaxanthin, a reddish antioxidant so powerful it's been nicknamed the anti-aging molecule. Astaxanthin fights oxidative stress, the internal rusting that causes wrinkles, fatigue, and tissue breakdown. Studies show that it supports skin elasticity, reduces joint stiffness, and even improves immune response in adults over 55. That's why nutritionists often recommend wild salmon as a youth-preserving protein. And let's not forget muscle health. After 60, your body loses muscle mass rapidly, a condition called sarcopenia. But the amino acids in wild salmon, especially leucine and taurine, help trigger muscle repair and growth after physical activity. Even if you're just walking daily, eating salmon twice a week can help your body recover faster and stay strong. Pro tip: always look for labels that say wild-caught Alaskan or sockeye. Avoid anything labeled Atlantic salmon because that's 99% farmed. If you want to protect your heart, joints, and skin while keeping your mind sharp, wild salmon should be a permanent guest at your dinner table. Number 2. Rainbow trout, the gentle powerhouse. Here's one fish that often gets overlooked: rainbow trout. It's light, mild-tasting, and packed with nutrients seniors desperately need, without the environmental or toxin issues of bigger fish. Rainbow trout is one of the cleanest fish species in North America. In fact, the Environmental Defense Fund ranks it as one of the best choices for health and sustainability. It's rich in high-quality protein and omega-3s, but incredibly low in mercury. Now, what makes trout special is its balance of micronutrients. It's not just about fat. Trout gives you vitamin B12 for brain and nerve health, selenium for immune function, potassium for blood pressure balance, niacin for energy metabolism.
This mix helps combat fatigue and maintain stable blood flow, two things many older adults struggle with. In fact, researchers at Harvard found that seniors who regularly consumed oily fish like trout had a 35% lower risk of dying from heart disease compared to those who didn't. And if you deal with leg cramps or muscle spasms, trout can help there too. Its magnesium and potassium content helps relax muscles and improve nerve communication, reducing those painful nighttime cramps. Plus, it's easy to cook. Grill it with lemon and herbs, bake it in olive oil, or lightly pan-sear it for a 15-minute dinner. Pro tip: always buy U.S. farm-raised rainbow trout, not imported. American trout farms follow strict safety and cleanliness standards, unlike foreign ones. If you want a fish that's clean, delicious, and packed with all the nutrients your body craves after 60, rainbow trout deserves the spotlight.
Number 1. Sardines' big brother, anchovies. Tiny but mighty. Yes, the same little fish that some people pick off their pizza are actually one of nature's most complete foods for aging bodies. Anchovies are tiny, but what they lack in size, they make up for in concentrated nutrition. They're one of the richest sources of DHA, the omega-3 that protects your brain from memory decline. They're also bursting with vitamin E, selenium, and iron, all essential for red blood cell formation and oxygen delivery, meaning more energy, sharper focus, and better endurance. But here's what truly sets anchovies apart. Because they're so small and live short lives, they absorb almost no mercury. That makes them safer than 90% of other seafood. Anchovies are also a top-tier source of collagen-building amino acids, helping your skin and connective tissues stay firm and youthful. If you struggle with sagging skin, brittle nails, or thinning hair, adding anchovies to your diet just twice a week can make a noticeable difference. And for your heart, anchovies are gold. They naturally lower LDL, bad cholesterol, and raise HDL, good cholesterol, improving circulation and reducing the strain on your arteries. In one study from the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, people who ate small, oily fish like anchovies and sardines had a 50% lower risk of sudden cardiac events than those who didn't. Pro tip: buy anchovies in olive oil or water. Rinse them gently to remove excess salt. You can mix them in pasta, salads, or even scrambled eggs. They melt right into the flavor. Tiny fish, massive benefits. Anchovies are the definition of age smart, not hard.
Bonus mention: Atlantic mackerel, the senior's brainfish. Before we close, there's one honorable mention worth adding: Atlantic mackerel. Not king mackerel, we already exposed that one as a mercury bomb, but its smaller cousin, the Atlantic variety. Atlantic mackerel is rich in omega-3s, vitamin D, and B12, nutrients that directly support cognitive health and memory. It's also an incredible muscle recovery food thanks to its taurine content, an amino acid that helps older muscles repair faster and stay strong. If you've been losing strength or balance as you age, try adding Atlantic mackerel once a week. It's like natural fuel for your muscles and brain. The Smart Fish Formula for Seniors. Now, you might be wondering, how do you actually fit these into your routine? Here's a simple weekly plan. The Smart Fish Routine. Monday, grilled wild salmon with vegetables. Wednesday, sardines on toast with olive oil. Friday, rainbow trout with lemon and spinach. Sunday, anchovies or Atlantic mackerel salad. That's it, just 3 to 4 servings a week. No fancy supplements, no complicated recipes, just real, clean food that works with your body, not against it. The science behind why it works. Each of these fish works like a natural anti-aging supplement, but better. Here's why. Omega-3s, EPA, and DHA reduce inflammation, protect heart and brain, improve mood. Protein and amino acids preserve muscle mass, support tissue repair.
Vitamin D and calcium strengthen bones, reduce fracture risk. Antioxidants like astaxanthin, selenium, and CoQ10 slow cellular aging, improve immunity. And unlike pills, your body absorbs these nutrients efficiently because they come from food, not synthetic forms. Your age well moment. Let's be honest, aging isn't easy. Your body changes, your energy shifts, and sometimes you wake up feeling like you've lived 3 lives in one. But here's the truth most people forget. You're not powerless. Every bite you take sends a signal to your body, either to heal or to decay. And when you choose the right foods, like the fish we've talked about today, you're sending a message of strength, clarity, and longevity. It doesn't matter if you're 60 or 90, your cells still respond. They can still rebuild. They can still thrive. So the next time you stand in front of your fridge or at a restaurant, remember, you hold the power to age well. Your fork is your medicine. Your plate is your prescription. And your choices today decide how strong, sharp, and alive you'll feel tomorrow. This is Age Well Daily, where every day is another chance to live better, feel stronger, and defy time naturally. If this video inspired you, hit the like button, subscribe, and tell us in the comments, which fish will you try this week? Together, we're building a community that believes aging isn't about growing old. It's about growing wise, strong, and unstoppable. So here's to your health, your strength, and your next chapter. Stay vibrant, stay curious, and as always, age well daily.